Test, test, test. Perfect.
So, okay. Okay, thank you for all being there today. We will have a talk about Sendcloud. As you may know, Sendcloud is a tool that simplifies the delivery all over the world. So this feature was introduced last year for the Odoo 16, and since then we have had a lot of improvements. We have also had a lot of questions from customers, from users, etc. And we wanted to make it in a quite interactive talk so that we could explain you what would be the journey of a user that would start today by integrating Sendcloud. So today I would like to welcome Millie, that will be our customer for today. Welcome, Millie. Maybe you can explain a bit about your what's your situation, what's your job, and how we can maybe help you.
Yes, thank you very much. My name is Millie. I have a small shop that I'm running, and I mainly do e-commerce shipments from Belgium to Belgium using the local Belgian post called bpost. And I would like to expand through to Europe, like France, Netherlands, Germany. I have some customers contacting me, wanting my products. And I sometimes use bpost to ship, but it's a little bit maybe sometimes too expensive. And I'm looking at different carriers and solutions that can provide shipping. But there's such a huge list to choose from, and it can be a little bit daunting sometimes to switch. And since I have low volumes, it's kind of difficult to negotiate a good contract with them. So I was wondering, I heard a little bit about Sendcloud. I installed it, but I didn't set it up yet. Maybe you can tell me a bit more about Sendcloud and what it is and how can it help my business.
Okay, so basically Sendcloud is an e-commerce shipping platform. As I said earlier, the goal is to facilitate the delivery all around the world. So basically, Sendcloud will manage to get to integrate carriers. At the moment, they have more than 100 carriers integrated and have pre-negotiated rates. And the goal, of course, is to help the customer to find the best carrier at the fairest price. So maybe you can have a look.
Yeah, 100 carriers is a bit much. I mean, like I don't want to use all 100 of them.
Yeah. Okay. Of course. So here, basically, we are in the platform of Sendcloud, and here in the settings, as you can see, we have all the carriers. Well, if I scroll down, you see that we have a couple of carriers. These carriers are the ones that we can have from Belgium. Okay. We have a lot of them because, well, every carrier has its own specificities, prices. Some require specific contracts, so are good for delivering abroad, like in very specific countries. And so, of course, you won't need them all. But for example, if you want to deliver to the Netherlands, maybe it's better to use PostNL. Well, maybe here in the list, some of you may interest you.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I've heard some good things about DPD.
Yep.
I saw Mondial Relay a little bit at the bottom because it's interesting for France. I think there's a lot of it's cheaper for France to use Mondial Relay.
And it's good that you mention it because basically Mondial Relay, as you may know, we had it integrated until Odoo 16, but then we have decided to remove it. The reason is that Mondial Relay was not fully integrated with Odoo. And in the end, what we can have here with Sendcloud is far better. We can have the prices, the pickups, locations, the labels, etc. What we did not have with the Odoo standard integration. So maybe there are other...
and maybe bpost, because like you mentioned also negotiated rates. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Okay. Well, so you see here, so far, all what I did is just click on enable. All I did. Voilà. And here what we can do is now start using them.
Okay. And yeah, the rates, the pre-negotiated rates.
Oh yeah.
What does that mean exactly?
So yeah, I mentioned the pre-negotiated rates because, well, basically you as a carrier, as a small shop, you have to deliver all over the world with different carriers. So meaning that you will have to contact every single carrier to have a specific contract, and these contracts sometimes are very expensive because you don't have a lot of things to deliver. So what is interesting with Sendcloud is that they are considered as big actors, meaning that they will be able to negotiate the price with the carriers. And so basically, all the small shops together will manage to create this volume. Okay, so the small shops for the volume, Sendcloud for the prices, and all together we make a big deal. Yeah.
Okay, so
And
Sendcloud is like the intermediary that negotiates better rates on behalf of me. Okay.
And so as you see here, I clicked on rates because we can have a look before shipping to what are the rates if you want to use a specific carrier. So here we have the from country, the to country, and the carriers. Basically, for Belgium, you see that all these carriers are available. You see the one that we already enabled, bpost, DPD, Mondial Relay, but we also have others because they are also active in Belgium, and they can at least you can have
yeah, you can check the rate,
an idea.
basically.
Okay. So for example, let's check for Belgium. If I use bpost, I load the price, and here you see bpost at home. For packages less than 10 kilos, I will have a cost of 625 euros. Let's check with DPD now.
Okay, a little bit more expensive.
Yeah, so you see here it's 677. So here for Belgium, for deliveries within Belgium, bpost is more interesting.
And
but
can
what
we check
happens?
France? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So what happens if we move to another country? Well, you see here the price is 1218 with DPD and with bpost.
Okay, so DPD is in this case cheaper. So yeah, it would be more interesting to use DPD for deliveries to France. And so so with this, technically, I can deliver anywhere in the world.
You can deliver anywhere in the world, okay? Of course, this depends also a bit of the carriers and the one that you have enabled. The reason is, of course, that some carriers, as I said, can deliver abroad. Some, they don't have these specificities. It's not in the scope, etc. So you have a bit to check case by case. So we can, for example, take, I don't know, let's take Argentina. Load the prices. Oh, sorry, bpost. We see that at the moment the whole list has been reduced. We only have bpost and UPS left. Okay, and you see that the price is now for 2 kilos only almost 50 euros.
Okay, I see. All right. Okay, so this looks very nice. Everything here is great, but how does it work with Odoo?
Okay, so as you know, Odoo is a software and Sendcloud is a software. So we had to make them communicate together. So Odoo, of course, integrates the code, but still you need to link your account with the one in Odoo, with Odoo. So here in the settings, again, you see we have a tab called Integration. Just need to click on it. And you have all the integrations with Sendcloud. So of course, Odoo is not the only one that's integrated Sendcloud, but here you should find in the list
a little bit lower.
Odoo native, okay? I just need to click connect, and now I just give it a name, and I click on save, and we have here our case.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So since you have already integrated bpost in the past, I believe you know how to create shipments in shipping methods in Odoo.
Yeah, I'll give it a try. So I'll go back into my database, and then first thing I'm gonna do is make sure, double check if I have enabled Sendcloud shipping. Okay, so I have Sendcloud and bpost enabled, so I'll go and check it out. So I don't have any Sendcloud methods so far, but I'm going to go ahead and create it. So I'll make the provider be Sendcloud. And here I just call it Sendcloud, or?
Well, it's up to you, but basically, since you will probably integrate a couple of carriers, it's maybe good to link, to put Sendcloud and just after the name of the carrier we'll use, for example, DPD.
So DPD, okay.
And of course, if you have native integrations, for example, for bpost or UPS, well, it's good to have Sendcloud in front, just to know that you are using Sendcloud integration and not the native integration.
So this is like a standard setup for all shipping methods, but you know, I always had a question. What is this delivery product? Is this like the products that we're going to be delivering, or I just put something random there, or
what you created here is a shipping method, but still you cannot use it like this, okay? What the customer will have, in fact, you will offer a service to a customer. You will of course have to pay for it, but you are proposing a service, and in order to get it into your sales order, because here we will have to convert this shipping method into a service, we will add a line on the sales order and on the bill. So all what you will have here, it's in fact the product that you will create. So you can just create,
Okay,
for
so
example,
so
shipping
basically,
costs.
this is what the customer will see on the sales order
Yeah.
line. So shipping costs. I
You
think
don't
that
have
should be good.
to configure more. By default, it will be configured as a service, and the price will be 0, but it will be updated later on the sales order according to the on the service that you will use. Okay.
Okay, all right. This seems pretty self-explanatory. Sendcloud public key. I just have to copy the public key, paste, copy the secret key. All right. Ship from. Okay. Oh, so I can ship from all of these countries, or
Well, at the moment, Sendcloud is only available for a couple of countries, mostly countries in Europe. But of course, it's in the plans to expand and to use in the future to be able to send from the United States or from Asia or from Africa, whatever. But so at the moment, we decided to put the whole list because anyway, one day they will increase their scope.
well, I'm curious what's going to happen if I just select something
You can
random.
just try. And as you see, we
Okay.
have, normally, yeah.
All
You
right.
should have a warning, Afghanistan.
Yeah, let's try Afghanistan.
So it's just a warning informing you that the service is not available yet for this country, okay?
Okay, all right.
So let's, for the moment,
Let's
stick
stick
to
with
Belgium.
Yeah. Let's keep it simple. Select Belgium, and now I just click load products.
Okay. So this is very interesting. For you, it's new because you just started with Sendcloud. But for people that are that were using Sendcloud in V16, you may remember that we had a very long list of products, of services. Sorry. The reason is that for every carrier we had the main service and the sub options. So, for example, if you had a range for weight, for example, from 0 to 2 kilos and for 2 to 4 and etc. until 30, you would have a specific service for every single product. And we sometimes had to load more than 100,000 lines. So here now it's very easy. You just need to select the service and the carrier and the service. And you see here we have already a bit simplified. So the maximum, the range, we go to the maximum. Here it's in, for example, 1 to 31 kilos. We have also a couple of options that you can activate later. And so now you just need to confirm and you are ready.
All right, and I see that there's some additional options on the right side, like Sendcloud shipping rules, locations.
Yeah. I think we'll discuss it later, it's better. So let's continue for the moment, keep it simple. You can activate, publish it, and maybe push it into production.
Okay.
Here with Sendcloud, it's important that you push into production. Well, most of the time with all the carriers, but with Sendcloud, if you keep it in the test mode, by default, all the labels you will create will be cancelled. Okay? If you keep it in production mode, at least they will be available. So it was a bit of safeguards to avoid people to use Sendcloud like randomly. Here, at least, if you're in test mode, they will be cancelled. But as soon as you're in production, you can use them straight away.
Okay. I'll also create a few others. I'll just load the products for bpost at home, and I'll make sure that I don't forget to rename this.
Yeah, it's important to rename because otherwise you may be confused with the different services.
And I see that there's a little bit different functionalities here depending on, of course, the shipping provider. And I think I'll also create bpost international. Okay. So here I'm going to load the products and world business. This is the one that I want to use. And of course, I'm going to publish this one as well. Okay, so we can test it out now.
Let's make a try.
All right, let's go into my sales. And let's create a new quotation for a customer, for example, a Belgian customer. And I'll sell some shoes. And I'll just add shipping as I do with bpost. So usually I use this one. And when I click get rate, I get 7.95 euros. And if I now check it with bpost home, it's 6.25. Okay, so Sendcloud is already offering me cheaper rates at this point.
Exactly. And as you see, this price, the 6.25, was the one we had before in the rates in Sendcloud.
Okay, so that's where it's getting the information from. So directly from Sendcloud, it's communicating already.
Totally.
Okay, all right. Well, in this case, I'm sure that, well, we can check also maybe DPD, compare the price. So I think the customer would go with the cheaper option, and they would probably want to pay less for shipping. And so we'll choose bpost in this case, and I'll just add it, and I'll confirm it. And we go into the delivery, and here I can see all the information about it, which carrier we're using. And if I validate, oh, no address found with contact name Crazy Goods on your Sendcloud.
Oh, well,
Is this a bug?
good. Yeah, no, it's okay. It's normal. In fact, it's because we haven't checked the address before.
Okay.
So it's good that we have it now because it's an error that we have quite frequently with customers. So the thing is that when we refer to contact name in Odoo, it's related to the warehouse. So for you, it would be, of course, your name or the name of your company, but here it refers to warehouse. Because with deliveries, what is always important is not the company, it's the warehouse where your products come from, okay? Are stocked. So we can have a quick look to your address. I pre-configured it, so but maybe there is something wrong.
Okay, so so I checked the address. Let me compare it with my company address as well.
That's a good reflex.
Okay.
So I'll let you check.
Yeah, I'll go into settings, double check my company info. So yeah, I can see that the address seems to match. House number is correct. Postal code is correct. All right. Company name. My company name is Crazy Goodies. And you said that the contact name is the warehouse name, right? So let me also double check my warehouse details to make sure that everything's correct. And oh, okay. Crazy Goodies misspelled. Typical. Okay. All right. So now, technically, if I go back into my sales order and now I try to confirm, it should work.
Let's hope so.
Let's give it a shot. Ah, okay.
And
perfect.
here we go. Okay.
All right.
Okay. What is interesting here? As you can see on the label, we have the name of bpost. Why? Because as we said before, Sendcloud is an intermediary, but all the management will be done by bpost. So providing the label, the tracking number, the cost, etc. It's bpost that gives it. So.
Okay. All right.
So here,
there's also a
here you
tracking
can see
number.
that. Oh yeah. And you click on it, you will be redirected to the bpost page. At the moment, it's in preparation. It's quite normal because your product just left your warehouse, but are not yet in bpost warehouse. So at the moment, it's still in preparation.
Okay. All right. All right.
And
Makes
you see
sense.
the cost here is again in the notes.
Okay. And yeah, this is all very interesting. But I'm just also wondering. A lot of my customers are e-commerce users, well, e-commerce customers, so they come directly on the website. And I heard that in V16, pickup locations wasn't activated. Is it possible to use service points and pickup locations in V17?
This is one of the big improvements in V17. So we'll connect again to the shipping methods. But in fact, you told about service points, so pickup points, meaning that you know a bit about it. Can you a bit elaborate what you know about it?
Yeah, so from what I heard, like service points are generally cheaper options. So instead of delivering the goods directly to somebody's home or to an address, you can select within a certain range location. For example, it's the post office, or maybe it's like a parcel shop, like a press shop, where it's kind of like a network that bpost or DPD works with, where you can deliver the goods there. And it's beneficial for several reasons. One of them is cheaper price, usually, than delivering straight to your home. The reason for this is instead of going for the post office delivery man, instead of delivering it straight to your home and delivering many parcels to different homes, he can just deliver in bulk a lot of packages into one location, and then afterwards you can pick it up at your own convenience. So convenience is the second benefit of it. The reason it's more convenient is, for example, if you're working that day and you're not at home, you're in the office, and you have a delivery scheduled, but you're not going to be there to pick it up. Either way, it's going to go to either the post office or maybe a parcel shop, or you'll get a notification, or it even might go back to the shop. So to avoid these issues, for convenience, you can go and pick it up whenever you want. You just get a notification saying when to pick it up, and yeah. And a third reason is it's more ecological. Of course, because of the fuel consumption. So whenever whenever the delivery man is driving his truck, you know, he's using all the CO2 that's being emitted. So instead of going that extra that last mile you do it yourself, either by bike or maybe it's really close to your house, so you can walk there. So this is kind of the whole point of why I wanted to use service points.
I could have said it better. So, but maybe we can summarize it like it's the customer that's doing the extra mile.
Yeah.
Okay. In the meantime, I have activated a couple of shipping methods with the pickup point. What I wanted to show before to move on the website is that we have here an option that has been activated automatically. Use Sendcloud locations. So by default, Odoo will spot the services that are pickup points. Okay, and so automatically it will be ticked in. What is also interesting is the radius here. You see that we have at the moment a radius of 1.5 kilometers. In fact, it's quite nice if you are in a city because most of the time you can't find a shop within this radius. But what if you are in a village? You just need to increase the radius and it's okay. Okay?
Okay. All right.
I'll do the same with bpost because at DPD I think it could be interesting. Okay. Oh. I think the maximum radius is 50 kilometers.
Yep.
So you know.
Okay. Good to know.
So let's move now to the website. So we are here in a shop.
Okay.
I click. Let's buy some products.
All right.
We proceed to the checkout. So this is not very different from the basic flow. As usual, it's like pure e-commerce thing. But what is interesting here is the list that we have published. As you can see, well, some of them are appearing, some not. The reason is that by default, the ones that are not, the services that are not available for the international deliveries are automatically removed from the list. Now what is also interesting, if you go deeper, is that you can compare them. For example, if we take Sendcloud, DPD, home and pickup, you see that the price is already slightly different and slightly smaller, which is exactly what you said before.
Okay.
Can be cheaper. So let's try with DPD, the pickup. I just need to tick it in, and you have here now a long list.
Oh, select service point. Service point support is not activated for this integration.
I forgot to do something. Sorry. Let's come back in Sendcloud. It was here in integration. Let's have a look again. You see that here we have service points.
Oh, okay.
I just need to tick it in. So to inform DPD, Sendcloud that you will use their pickup points.
Okay.
I just take it here, bpost, DPD Mondial Relay, let's save.
Okay.
Okay, I will maybe have to load it again. And here we go, okay? So,
all right.
You have here all the shops that are available within a distance of 15 kilometers. Our customer at the moment is in Paris, so basically a lot of shops are available. But what is interesting here, we have a small pinpoint. You just need to click on it.
Except for Google to steal all of your data. And then, okay.
And here you can see, well, the place of the home of the customer and the shop, the distance, the time, and the way to go until this this shop. So basically, standard features for Google, but here it's interesting to see how it will spot the different locations. We can have another look for example, Mondial Relay. So you see, let's check the first one. Okay.
But let's go with DPD. I think it's
okay. Let's go with this.
Might be more interesting.
I just need to select the location. Okay,
it's a bit physically closer, so might be more interesting to go for that one.
I select the payment method and I pay now.
Okay. All right.
We don't do anything different than usual on the e-commerce. So the order was validated. I can come back in my Odoo account and look for the website here. In e-commerce, we should have a sales order that is ready.
Okay.
And you see here in the notes we have the summary with the ship to address, which is the one of the pickup points.
Okay, so it separates the delivery address versus the invoice address. Okay.
Exact. So now we are ready for the invoice. As usual, we have the carrier set here. Just need to click on validate. And here we go. Okay?
Okay, all right.
So again, we have the label DPD because it's DPD that will do the delivery.
Okay, well, but now that I'm looking at it, like right now we just finished the delivery as if we just printed the label and it's already as if it's sent. But is it possible to, because like right now I still need to prepare the package, I need to put the label on, send it out, and then I want Odoo to mark it as done, because technically this process is not complete. Is it possible to like kind of split it up? So first I get the label and then I can validate when the delivery has been
You raise here
done.
a really important thing, really interesting, because in fact, you're totally right. It makes no sense to get the label once you have your delivery already validated. But you have to remind that in fact, this is the basic flow for people that don't use carriers, that don't have this multiple step thing. And even just for people that just start, it's easier for them. But what we can do here is just to come in the inventory and activate the 2 steps. Okay, so let's go to the warehouse. And you see here we have the outgoing shipments and sent into 2 steps.
Okay.
Just need to activate this. One other option that you have to activate, well, as you said, we have to get the labels earlier in our steps. So we have here our 2 steps.
Okay.
Let's open the pick, and you see here we have an option which is print label. All you need to do is stick it in.
So pick comes first and then out.
Exactly.
Okay.
So here, pick first and then the delivery. By default, this was activated because until now it was like this, like the label was at the out step. But we don't need to get it printed twice. We just need to deactivate it. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go for it.
All right.
And do a small test again.
Yeah, maybe we can duplicate that previous order that we had.
Okay.
All right.
And here we go. 2 steps. I can validate this. It's the pick. As usual, we have the label, the tracking number, and the cost. Let's move to the second step. We validate. And you see here we have no labels, but we still have the tracking numbers.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Now that we're talking, and I got this idea, like, well, I have a few email correspondences with a big business in the UK. And for example, if they want to order 70 pairs of shoes or like a large amount of shoes, a bulk order, how does Odoo handle this? And does it work with Sendcloud as well, or how does it work?
So let's go for an English customer.
Yeah.
Select a pair of shoes. Quantity you wanted 70.
Let's do 70. Yeah.
Okay. Add shipping, and okay, let's go with Bipos International.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get the. So you see here we have the weight. Let's get the rate. It's 100 euros. Okay.
Okay. And where does it get this price from?
Yeah. Okay. So well, in fact, we have here notes that's quite interesting to read. This price is for 2 packages since the order weight is more than the maximum weight allowed by the shipping methods. Okay. So this is kind of a limitation from Bpost. They don't allow to have bigger packages than 30 kilos.
Okay.
Let's have a look to the rates. From Belgium to United Kingdom, Bpost.
The weight was 35, yeah.
Yeah. That's all the price, and you see here no results.
Okay.
Basically, Bpost do not offer this. Okay. But what we can do is check what is the maximum. So let's try lower. Let's say 25. And so here you see that for 20 to 30, so for a range of between 20 and 30 kilos, we have a cost of 50.54 euros.
Okay, all right. So basically it doubles it here
Exactly.
in this case.
Okay, so basically it takes it for 2 packages. But then you will probably say, well, for 35 kilos, just above 30 kilos, so it makes no sense I have to pay like the maximum twice. Because in fact, probably that's before 30 to this range, there is another range. So let's try with Another one. Yeah, 15.
Okay, so 39 euros, 0 to
So
10,
almost
10
40.
to 20 kilograms. Okay, yeah.
But so, in fact, here at 35, it's more like we could split into two packages, right?
Yeah.
Of 17 kilos. So why do we have a cost of 50? Well, in fact, at this step, at this level, like we are still in the quotation, at the quotation level, we don't know how you will split your products. And even on the website, the customer doesn't know it. You can have like a product of 29 kilos and a product of 10 kilos, for example. So it would be in two different ranges. So what will Sendcloud do? It's just propose you the maximum that the customer would have to pay. So
Okay.
here it is twice 50. Okay. So let's
Okay.
go for it.
All right.
Let's confirm. We have our two steps. And so here at the peak level, what is interesting is that you will, of course, have to split because one pack won't work. So let's split it. Let's make it simple. 35. Let's put in pack.
Okay.
Okay, you see that now the price is the weight is 1750.
All right. Then we put the rest of the shoes into a second pack. Okay. Save.
Let's validate.
An error message. Something went wrong. Parcel not returned. HS code. Ah, okay.
So do you know what is the HS code?
Yeah. Well, since we're doing an international shipment, we're going to have to provide some customs documents. And for this, an HS code required. So for within the EU, it's not that important, but for shipments outside of the EU, and recently because of Brexit, UK is no longer in the EU, we would have to provide some additional customs information. So then, yeah, we can take the HS code from the internet, for example.
I made it. I kept it simple. I just took the one on internet, and here I will open my product. Here in inventory, we have the HS code. So let's put it here.
Yeah, we can put Belgium.
Okay,
I make
now
all
that
of my
I'm
shoes
here,
locally.
It's interesting. You see here we have also defined the weight. The weight is essential to make like all this process of getting the rates working. Without this, you won't be able to get any label, anything. So it's really important that when you configure your product, that you know you will have to deliver, you define a weight on it. Okay. So let's go back on our picking.
Okay, and now if we validate.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay, so now we have, so we have the two packages, the two labels already directly printed.
Yeah, exactly. Here you have the first label, the second label, and here two documents. Let's open one of it.
The custom declaration form. Okay, all right.
So this is indeed, this is the custom form that you have to provide. It gathers basically all the information. So from the two, some information about the package. Here it is 1750 because one package is 17, and of course you have it twice because you have two packages. Okay, makes sense. And you see here now the cost has been updated. Okay.
So it's 78 euros instead of 100, right?
Okay, let's move to the second.
Yeah, let's imagine that we already sent it out. Okay.
What do you think about the price? Will it be updated on the sales order or not?
I don't know. Let's take a look.
At the moment, not.
Okay. All right.
Now we can create a bill. Okay. And change it if you want to keep it to 78. Okay.
Okay. So.
Now, why is it not updated automatically? Because the customer accepted this quotation. At that moment, we didn't know how we would split the different products. So basically, we can keep it like this, and they don't have the final cost. Another option could be nice to try is if we try with the real cost. Okay.
Okay. All right. And so, what does the real cost do?
So the real cost is that you won't show the price until the end. So basically, they accept whatever will be the price.
Okay.
It will show like 0. They will have an estimation, but well, as you see, the estimation can be 30 euros more expensive. Well, in this case, I mean. but the price will be updated on the sales order line, and so also on the invoice at the very end. So let's have a
Yeah, let's take a look.
try.
Let's duplicate that previous order and see how it would look. Update the shipping
Yeah,
cost.
it's a duplicate, so I still have it. International. So you see here we have a note. The shipping price will be set once a delivery is done. You can still get the cost, the estimation. It's still 100.
Okay.
We confirm it, but you see, oh, I went a bit too far. Yeah, you see here the cost for the moment it's 0, and in the notes we see 101 euro. Let's move
Okay,
to the
but
delivery.
on the website, it would, if they're going to be going through the checkout, it's going to show 101 or 0.
It will show 0, but on the website 0 means free.
Okay,
So maybe this option is maybe not really accurate for the website.
so it's better for B2B, probably.
For B2B,
okay.
if you want to use this real cost system, it's better to work it in the backend from the backend. So let's validate.
We have to put them in the packs. Yeah.
35.
Okay. Okay.
We validate. Again, we will have the labels and the documents, but here you see the cost is now displayed, 78. Let's go for the whole flow up. We validate. We come back on the sales order, and as you see, well, the price was updated. Okay.
So then when we create the invoice, it will show the price that was actually charged for the delivery.
Basically, yes. Okay.
Okay. Very nice, very nice. I definitely see this like blowing up my business, you know, and with these new features and everything, I'm gonna grow really quickly. And I think I'll be able to eventually negotiate better rates with bpost themselves.
Yep.
If I do reach that level, am I able to still use bpost negotiated rates with Sendcloud?
Okay, so you will be able, but at the moment, all what we did was in the free plan. So until now, we can already do a lot of things. Okay, but for more advanced options, you will need a special account, like a premium account with Sendcloud. Okay, you can have here. I think they updated the price, so we can check it here. And basically, I think starting with Lite, you can already enter your own contract.
Okay.
Well, let's move to a video because it will be easier to show it up with another account. So in this video, you will start with the basic price, the basic standard price. It's 560 euros. And if carriers, we have now another option, which is my contract. And here, basically, I will be able to upload my prices.
So you download the CSV file, and then you upload your own prices.
It was 2 at the moment, okay?
Okay.
So we can do the whole flow until the end. I activate my contract.
Okay.
And if we get the rate now, it's 2, okay? This is also a nice improvement for V17. And if we validate the transfer again, the cost is, I confirm it's 2, okay?
Okay, all right. Oh, and I remember that you mentioned something about Sendcloud shipping rules. Oh, what exactly is that?
Well, sometimes some deliveries require some specificities. So for example, if you don't want to use a specific carrier because their weight is because over a certain weight, it's problematic, or if you have to use a specific carrier for dangerous goods, or if you have to ship abroad anyway, what you will do with rules, you will automatically change the carrier you will use, or the one that you had selected earlier. So for example, here we had our product. I can show another video, in fact.
Okay. Go here.
Yeah. So here in the rules, for example, all I do is, well, I want I decided if the weight is higher than, for example, 20, I want to use one specific carrier. So let's say DPD. I give it a name. And here in Odoo, I will have to activate this option, so the shipping rule. I try with a quantity which is, of course, 25, so a bit higher than 20. If I select 25, yeah. And so we can do the flow. It's still a quotation level. So at the moment, it's normal that we have the bpost price. But if we move forward, you see that the price is a bit different, and the carrier is now DPD. So it's not bpost anymore. Automatically, Sendcloud decided to use another carrier. So if we go a bit further, we can maybe imagine that we have only one Sendcloud shipping method in Odoo, and that by selecting it with all the rules, it automatically takes the appropriate carrier. But this could be an advanced solution, and I would not necessarily do it because, but still, it's possible.
Okay.
So.
Well, yeah, we've seen quite a lot
Yeah.
already.
How do you
so
feel so
I think
far?
we could do a little
Small
recap
Okay.
of what we've seen. So as you guys know, like we introduced Sendcloud in V16, and now we've greatly improved in V17. So we've seen how we can enable the carriers that we want to use. We've seen that it's a simple and complete setup. Now it's more user-friendly. We have all of the information available already from Odoo's backend. We have the pickup locations, which is a new feature that came from V16.3 and is, of course, in V17 as well. And if you click on the little pinpoint, you can easily navigate to see how far away from your house it is. And of course, we have the automatic label generation, which actually can be found for like, if you created all of the labels, you can go into the Sendcloud backend and you have all of the labels created, so you can also print them all in bulk. So this is a great feature to have, because instead of going for, you validate all the deliveries, you have to print each one, you can just go back into the Sendcloud and you have all of the labels that you created, you can select all of them and then just click print. So that's a great new feature that will ease the process as well. Any questions?
We have a lot of questions.
A lot of
so
questions,
we'll have to.
Let's try to do it, yeah.
How many times? Okay, so when are we exactly charged when labels are created?
So you've probably seen when we created the labels, it was already in production mode, and so it's not when you get that's not when you get charged right away. But if you don't cancel that label within 24 or 48 hours, if I remember correctly, you will get charged by Sendcloud. And so that's why we recommend using test mode, because it cancels your labels automatically. But we don't recommend using test mode for sending out labels, because if you cancel a label and you still use it, if you still ship it out, Sendcloud will charge you a little bit extra for using a cancelled label.
Okay. I think we answered what about the test mode stands for. So
yeah, test mode. Okay.
What about other carriers, UPS, FedEx, and the missing features? I believe the question is like, do we keep them in Odoo?
Yeah, so we mentioned that we removed the Mondial Relay. The reason was that the features weren't fully integrated, and it's now possible with Sendcloud. But we won't remove things like FedEx and UPS, DHL, even though it's possible through Sendcloud, because right now Sendcloud is in a certain amount of European countries. And for example, it's not available in the US or in all the countries. So DHL is still a service that we plan to keep. Mondial Relay was mainly used for France and Belgium, which is already integrated through Sendcloud, and it's even more user-friendly in a way.
So is there a shipping rule based on the product instead of the weight? This is most on Sendcloud side, but basically you have a lot of options. I think based on the barcode or so the SKU, the HS code, there are plenty of options, and so yeah, basically it's possible. Mm-hmm. Can Odoo calculate the cheapest carrier in the sales order? Well, as we said, we have to select a couple of times, but yes, it's possible. Is it possible to send pallets instead of parcels as well?
Pallets? Well, it depends on the weight. I mean, if you're going to make it outside of the range that is allowed and you cannot double the amount of packages, then it will probably give you an error saying that it's outside of the limit provided by, for example, bpost. And for pallets and bigger orders, I think this is more of a B2C solution rather than B2B. Like if you're going to be shipping out tons and tons of pallets, then it's better to use a more dedicated solution for that.
What about the integration Odoo and Odoo native? Wait.
So Odoo, yeah, that's a good question. So Odoo and Odoo native, the difference was there was a third-party app developed by Onestein. It's a partner, an Odoo partner, and so they had Sendcloud already made as a third-party application, which was not available in SaaS, but you could get it on SH or if you're on premise. And so that's what the difference between Odoo native, which is Odoo's native integration, ours, and Odoo as in the third-party app. So if you still use Sendcloud with the third-party app, you would use their Odoo.
So is it available in Canada? And if not, any alternative? So basically, no, at the moment, I think it's not possible with Canada. But you have a couple of options. That's why we decided to not remove UPS, etc. Anyway, and also you can also use it's Easy Post. It's kind of similar integration for.
So it's an intermediary that's also using different carriers, just like Sendcloud. So you would have a list of different carriers available, and so Easy Post is available in Canada. So that's an alternative to use.
So can we automate the shipper depending on the delivery country, like if France always DPD, etc. I think we already answered. Yeah. So with the rules again, for example.
You can also set special limits on the destination country. You can even make it so limited that it's by postcode. So if you want specific deliveries being made to that postcode of that country, you can limit it more. But with Sendcloud, it already gives you boundaries on which countries are available. So for example, Mondial Relay is available in France and Belgium. So like if somebody from Germany tries to use Mondial Relay, they won't see it in their shipping methods. And for example, if you want to limit it to be only shown in France for this location, you can put France as the destination availability and some zip codes.
Does Sendcloud work with version 12 of Odoo? No, it is only starting with 16 that it was introduced, so it's not possible for earlier versions. Can you integrate Sendcloud with orders created by a third-party website, PrestaShop, for example? Wait.
I think there was even integration here with PrestaShop.
But I think it's the one that you are bringing back in Odoo. And then, but basically, yes. Oh, is it yours question? Okay, so basically, we'll import the quotations in Odoo, and from Odoo you can get the Sendcloud. Sorry.
Yeah, you can get the delivery, and then you add shipping, and after that you can, you can pretty much do it through there. That's it. Yeah, we can talk about it later. We can take a look.
Use Sendcloud shopping rules. What is the option? I don't know what is shopping rule.
Which one? Where is this?
What is the options? Use Sendcloud. Okay, maybe you can come later for this question. Would Sendcloud be a good option for my beer subscription e-commerce Beer Family EU?
Yeah, I mean this is an internal thing. I have a company on the side as well, beerfamily.eu, and I use Sendcloud for shipping beer around to Belgium and to customers around Europe.
Can packages size be used in the price calculation? Not just volume, but weight, width, and length. I think here in carriers, in the rates, you can indeed update according to the.
It also depends on the carrier as well. So in some cases it's necessary, and yeah.
Who will pick up the package from the warehouse, the transport company or Sendcloud? Transportation company or Sendcloud, but basically
it depends.
It depends
because, for example, with bpost you can request a pickup, and they'll come and collect your package or several packages at the same time. But you have to make that request. With DPD as well, if you have a certain amount of volume, they'll come and pick up your packages. But if you have only a couple of packages, you can drop them off at any parcel shop. You can Google DPD pickup locations or bpost pickup locations, and you can just drop the parcel off there and ship it out.
What weight is used for the price calculation? Can you add the weight of the package, like box, pallet, etc.? Is this per picking? So basically, it's the weight of the product that counts in this case.
Yeah, and also you have the delivery package, and you can set an additional weight of, for example, if your box is really heavy, I don't know, for some reason, then you can already put that into the calculation of the weight as well.
Can you automate label printing? Something that we missed during our presentation. But basically, you can indeed, so labels are automatically created every time. You can print them here from Sendcloud in batch, or in Odoo if you have a printer connected to via an IoT box, something like this. Indeed, you can print it.
So you can go here and then just click print labels. And so all of the labels that we created today are available here. So you can just print it out like this. And then, yeah. So batch printing is possible.
Okay, can we see a list of prices for all providers altogether from the backend when clicking Add Shipping?
Oh,
I knew what you mean. Like when clicking here, so now you will have to select them one by one. But still, I think it could be a nice improvement. We'll discuss about this. And otherwise, you can always use this rating thing from calculator from Sendcloud.
That's good feedback.
Pickup from my business. Is it possible to configure pickup from my business? If yes, oh yeah. So I believe it is. If you talk about if, for example, you have a shop, what we can do is indeed deliver from your shop. This is not related to Sendcloud again, but here wait, let me just go in the website. We have an option which is called pickup, on-site payment and picking. If you tick it, well, basically you will allow the customer to come to your shop, pick it up, etc. Of course, they won't pay anything. Cost will be 0, but it's still interesting to propose it so that customer know how to get delivered. So let's go quickly on the shipping methods.
But if you need to request, for example, for DPD to come and pick it up, like I mentioned, you would have to negotiate with them to come and pick it up.
You see here the shipping method is on-site pick, and you see that, well, you don't have any configuration based on rules or whatever, because price will be automatically 0. Maybe it's good to stop here.
Yeah.
If you have any question, you may come later here.
We remain available for any other questions. Thank you.
Thank you.